everybody. We're back with Q Agenda Behind the Scenes. My name is Lianna Carrera, and I'm here today with Edwin Millan. He is the National President of LOUD and the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Today we're talking about imagining a world where your employer can deny you medication for something that you need, because of their religious beliefs. And this is happening today, and it's happening in Texas, and it's happening around AIDS and HIV. And today we're talking with Edwin about the entire situation and what we can do and what we can't do and how we can think of this sort of topic. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you, Lianna.
Yes. So it came up on my news feed, and it was a court case in Texas. And to me, I saw that it was surrounding PrEP. So this is an AIDS and HIV medication that can help prevent. Is that correct? Let's tell the audience what PrEP is first, in your words.
Oh, sure. PrEP stands for post-exposure prophylaxis, which is medication that you take every day orally in order to prevent HIV by 99%. So it works very well.
So it eliminates the chances of getting, virtually chances of getting HIV and eventually AIDS, because HIV.
Correct.
AIDS. Wow. So it sounds like a really life-changing drug for a lot of people.
No, and it is, and it's being very effective if you take it, how the doctor prescribes it, like any other medication.
And I think for some of the viewing audience, what comes to mind is that this might be a gay community or a gay drug. But is there something? There's something to it where AIDS is an international phenomenon where people are suffering from the spread of HIV and AIDS. Who can benefit from PrEP? Is it only gay men?
Well, if you go to the numbers, there is a lot of straight women that have HIV.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, based on many reasons, but yes, I mean, not only gay people have it. And actually around the world, it's mostly straight people, there's no gay people.
Yeah, and I think I read like the people who are actually catching AIDS or HIV, the fastest growing group is like straight senior citizens, and that could be an outdated assumption, but it's no longer a gay disease and hasn't been for decades. So I find it interesting.
I believe it's a stereotype that here in America that we associate that with that. Maybe in the US, yes, it tends to be highly on MSN, men having sex with men.
Yes.
But worldwide, it is not.
So we have this stereotype that exists in America, and that's why I think we're seeing what we're seeing in Texas. So the court case is a group of employers. They have felt that they should not have to provide PrEP coverage because it goes against their religious beliefs. So their religious beliefs, I don't think that they want to be performing miracles down the line with sick people. I think that their religious belief there is, that they're against homosexuality, right? Is that sort of baked into there, that homophobia?
Correct. Well, to begin with, in the private sector, your religion is based on what you believe is right. But I believe as a Catholic, born and raised, I was taught that is to care for each other. Not just to people that have the same beliefs as you, but at least to be mindful and understanding of others, since we all are human beings. That is very important. But when it comes to that, I would say, what about people that have diabetes? Should I punish them because you don't eat well? Or perhaps because you don't have enough money, so you cannot buy fresh fruit and vegetables, so you tend to resources of fast food, which is bad for your health, and then you end up getting diabetes. It's a whole cycle. Yeah. It is like saying that, I cannot get insulin. Why are you going to get insulin? You didn't eat well, so you shouldn't be allowed to get insulin. Think
it's
about
sort of
that.
a slippery slope, and it can be scary if someone else gets to sort of play God with your life and pick and choose what science applies to us as human beings. You work a lot with AIDS patients, HIV patients.
Correct.
I feel like a lot of people don't know what that's like on the front lines. We talked a little bit before the camera started. My uncle actually died of AIDS when I was very young, and I remember that they put him in a body bag because they wouldn't touch the body before they cremated him. They were so afraid of what it meant to have AIDS and HIV. So it's personally affected my family. And I think that how do you feel about people who are legislating, politicians that are legislating without really knowing what they're saying is okay to happen? Because that's to me is what they're saying. We're not going to cover a drug that's 99% effective because we don't want to, and thus that's the results that come from that is pain, suffering. so much?
What I believe is that fact that, like I said earlier, we're human beings, and we should be here to take care of each other, to the ones that can't, right? So by avoiding this, you're just creating more stigma, which also contributes to no following up with your doctor, lack of care. And most importantly, you are eliminating a barrier to contract a disease that is still, really bad among Black and Brown communities. The HIV numbers that are coming every year are pretty steady, but unfortunately, the numbers keep rising among African American and Latinos. So it is not attacking a specific demographic as well. So we have to be mindful of that too.
Yeah, and also, like, what happens if the person gets HIV and AIDS? There's still a healthcare system that has to be there for that cost, meaning the employer still has to put out money to pay for the care, but they won't pay for the prevention, which seems to me counterintuitive.
Well, the thing is that most politicians, especially people that believe in using magic whip or playing God, I would say, don't think of prevention. Like, for example, eating healthy or having a good diet, things like that. They don't actually, they just want to go right to the problem and not to the prevention method which works way better. But at the same time, we need to understand that when somebody starts doing or starts making those recommendations or trying to sue people about, what you should take or you shouldn't take, or what your relief is to take a medication or not, I think that it can go into too many different places. So somebody is gonna say, like, you know what, I eat well. Why should I be paying for your cancer medication? Why should we be paying for your diabetes, like I said before? Why should we be paying for your hypertension medication because you don't exercise? I mean, it goes to a level that nowadays we have to be careful of what we do because the government can tell you, you know what, I don't like what you're doing because I believe that what you do is wrong, so I'm not gonna pay for it.
And again, to me, it's almost like, the slippery slope where, okay, we'll pay for your diabetic medication, we won't pay for you, will they divide even that into straight people who receive medications and gay people who receive those same medications? Because PrEP is not just a gay drug to help gay men. It's a drug to help everybody who could be at risk for HIV and AIDS. And so what I think the takeaway is that it is our freedoms that are bound to each other. We are bound to our intersectionality. This is not just an issue that maybe on its face it affects more gay men, but where does it lead? And how okay is that to have the preventative measure and just withhold it because somebody in the sky?
Yeah, that's the same thing about harm yes, it's like our harm reduction. It has been proven in Europe that harm reduction works.
Yes.
Here, it's still not being done as it should be.
Yes.
And I work with so many organizations that work on harm reduction and that they even go to European countries to try to imitate or replicate and mirror the services here. But here is against policy,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And again, then people that utilize drugs are also high risk to getting HIV. So, we want to get those people actually in PrEP too as part of harm reduction.
Yes, harm reduction. That's great. Well, thank you. This has been a very illuminating conversation. And check out the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, how you can be a supporter. And my name is Lianna. This is Edwin, and you've been watching Behind the Scenes of the Q Agenda.